Ladies and gentlemen, when you type in Trump, you get the following articles: CNN, Washington Post, DOJ asking witnesses about their conversations with Trump. The New York Times, Justice Department asking witnesses about Trump in its investigation. And then you have not only CNN and the New York Times and the Washington Post, Trump conduct conversation part of Justice Department investigation. When you read these articles, and one reason to watch this channel is I read them so you don't have to. It's all about what people are saying pertaining to his conversations. It's not top secret or classified data on servers running outside of the United States government. Okay, clear violation of the law. It is a criminal act to transfer classified data onto servers outside of the United States government. So that's what Clinton did and her team of cyber security experts and attorneys. And so that's a clear violation of law. You didn't have to speak to anybody about that. There was no conversation. It was a server that existed with top secret intelligence on the server. Okay, you can't transfer that top secret intel. It is not possible to do so. It is not even feasible. There's no way to transfer data like that outside of the United States government onto servers running outside, data from within secure government networks onto servers outside of the United States government. But Clinton managed to do that. Clear violation of the law. Comey said, well, there was no intent. The entire planet, the entire universe knows that he was covering up for the Democratic Party and Hillary, and he wrote that Comey letter a week before simply because there was more classified data floating around. And let's say it was either a cover-up that was botched, or he was trying to send a message to a person he thought was going to be president. Anyway, Comey went to bat for Clinton. Now, with Hunter, there's 150 suspicious financial transactions, hundreds of millions of dollars in deals corresponding to emails that he wrote and emails he received, and text messages and videos and pictures and a voicemail from Joe to Hunter admitting that he lied to the American public about Hunter's business dealings, which correlates to money and graft and a whole bunch of criminal activity, potential criminal activity, or criminal activity that we see within those videos. You don't have to speak to anybody. You can see Hunter doing criminal acts within the videos. Okay, you don't need to speak to anybody, all right? What they're doing now with Trump is, it's all gossip, hearsay. It's all, well, we spoke to this person, we spoke to that person, he might have committed a crime, we're trying to get to the bottom of it. They accuse Trump, and then they try to find a crime based on everyone around him that has either, abandoned him or betrayed him or doesn't like him, okay? Because there's a tremendous incentive, not only pressure campaign that they accuse Trump of, that they're actually engaged in, but there's a tremendous incentive to be Adam Kinzinger or Liz Cheney or a Republican who's seen the light and is no longer a Trump Republican, but a good Republican, standing up against the monster, the Orange Menace, who, by the way, presided over record highs in household median income and personal income, and real wages up under Trump's presidency, economic growth in terms of GDP, hundreds of thousands of new manufacturing jobs. People were making more money. People were able to utilize the money they made because real wages were up. There wasn't an issue with inflation. And it's Biden's policies. That's why he was sued initially by oil and gas associations. He wanted to go to battle with fossil fuel companies to save the planet. Then he reversed course. And then oil and gas is now at record highs. Momentary decline in price somewhat, but it's still $2 above where he initially took over the Oval Office. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. Hit subscribe to the stock market crash and the Bitcoin crash channels. I know that this month I haven't been doing much on them, but starting August 1st, I will be doing a great many segments, about 3 segments, 4 segments a day on each of those channels, in addition to this channel, H.A. Goodman. August, September, October, November is going to be, they are going to be 3 or 4 of the most important months in modern American political history. So I want to read you this really quickly. In a last chance bid, thousands urge, we'll just say key officials, to block Trump on Monday vote. This is the Washington Post, December 17, 2016. Pressure on members of, let's say, a key government body to select someone other than Donald Trump has grown dramatically and noisily in recent weeks. This is Robert Samuels, Washington Post, December 17, 2016. Causing some to waver, but yielding little evidence that Trump will fall short of the officials needed to convene in most state capitals to cast their decision. Okay, so, but then came the mail and emails and the phone calls. First hundreds, then thousands of voters worrying that Trump's impulsive nature would lead the country into a war, which actually the opposite is true. We see a geopolitical nightmare with mashed potato brains at the helm. So this was an article about such is the life these days for many of the 538 men and women who are scheduled to meet Monday across the country to carry out what has traditionally been a perfunctory job after most every presidential decision. Okay. This was Democrats pressuring key officials in 2016, apparently doing exactly what Trump was doing. This is the Washington Post. They haven't, ladies and gentlemen, yet erased these articles from existence. Business Insider, celebrities urge, let's just say a certain college, not to vote for Trump. Time Magazine, celebrities urge a certain college, let's say, to dump Trump. The Guardian, vote Hollywood. Okay, so celebrities PSA urging a certain college to dump Trump. Martin Sheen, celebs urge a certain college members not to vote for Trump. Okay, The Wrap, Martin Sheen, West Wing cast urge a certain college to vote against Donald Trump. There was a PSA, a public service announcement from Hollywood begging people not to usher in a Trump era of record lows in unemployment and record highs in household median income. And by the way, in 2019, we had a record low in poverty, the lowest poverty rate since 1959. Now we have a much higher poverty rate. It went from 10% under Trump in 2019 to 14%. Oh my God, how Trump is such a danger to democracy. People were actually making more money. There was less people in poverty. The whole point of being a Democrat, the only marketing point, the only selling point is that you're going to help people who are mired in poverty. You're going to help people who are the struggling against a very corrupt system. It's like, well, the working class or every demographic group, everyone in the country is suffering economically now. And it's only going to get worse. So they use these words like, oh, Trump is dangerous. But really, the true harm comes from Democrats who tanked the U.S. economy. First, they did so in Trump's last year, urging the entire U.S. economy to shut down. And we had unelected officials, bureaucrats, Hollywood, all the experts in a contrived, fabricated, coerced consensus where if you spoke out, you were basically erased from history. See, we don't have an official authoritarian system, but the true authoritarians and tyrants are oftentimes on the left. And what they do is silence and marginalize any dissent. And so they push gleefully to tank state economies. Andrew Cuomo did that. And now we have record highs in inflation. And when they say, well, inflation's a global thing, oil prices are issues, or oil prices going up is a global thing. Yeah. You want to know why commodities are up worldwide? Because worldwide you had leaders, especially in the Western countries, tanking their economies. But anyway, they did all of this. We now have a terrible economy. People are suffering economically. There's more people mired in poverty, and they're going after Trump because of conversations pertaining to exactly what they did in 2016. I read you the Business Insider, the Washington Post articles, and there were more attempts as well. What Trump did was through his attorney, and he tried to, through legal methods, engage in a course of action, the same legal methods that Democrats try to engage in. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now, but that doesn't mean they're not going to indict him. They're desperately trying to knock him out of 2024. It's possible they indict him, but that would not work out in terms of political. That would backfire politically. That would probably make Trump even more popular, and I can explain why in another segment. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. Thank you so very, very much.